In the dark alleys of history, there exist secrets so sinister they have been deliberately concealed from the prying eyes of the public. The Mafia, with its intricate web of power and deception, has been a subject of fascination and terror for decades. But what happens when the truth begins to unravel, and the carefully guarded secrets start to spill out? Welcome to the world of true crime and mystery, where the lines between reality and fiction are often blurred. Today, we are going to delve into the Mafia files they tried to hide, and uncover the shocking truths that have been hidden in plain sight. The origin of the Mafia dates back to the mid-19th century, in the picturesque island of Sicily. It was an organization born out of necessity, a response to the lawlessness and corruption that plagued the land. The early mafiosi were seen as heroes, protecting their communities from the tyranny of the ruling class. However, as time went on, the Mafia's intentions became increasingly sinister. They began to exploit their power, using intimidation and violence to control every aspect of life in Sicily. The Italian authorities, crippled by corruption and inefficiency, were powerless to stop them. As the Mafia's influence spread beyond the shores of Sicily, they established themselves in the United States. The early 20th century saw a massive influx of Italian immigrants, many of whom were fleeing the poverty and violence of their homeland. The Mafia saw an opportunity to expand their empire, and they quickly established themselves in the major cities of America. They brought with them their unique brand of violence and intimidation, and soon they were controlling everything from the docks to the nightclubs. The American authorities, caught off guard by the Mafia's cunning and ruthlessness, struggled to keep pace with their escalating crimes. One of the most notorious Mafia bosses was Charles Lucky Luciano. Born in Sicily, Luciano had risen through the ranks of the Mafia, earning a reputation as a ruthless and cunning leader. He was instrumental in establishing the Commission, a governing body that oversaw the various Mafia families and their activities. Luciano's influence extended far beyond the Mafia, however. He had connections with the highest echelons of power, and was even known to have met with prominent politicians and businessmen. His ability to evade law enforcement was legendary, and he became a ghostly figure, always one step ahead of his pursuers. But Luciano's luck eventually ran out. In 1936, he was arrested and charged with compulsory prostitution, a crime that carried a hefty sentence. The evidence against him was overwhelming, and he was convicted and sentenced to 30 to 50 years in prison. The Mafia, however, did not forget their beloved leader. They continued to operate with impunity, always staying one step ahead of the law. Luciano's imprisonment did little to dent their confidence, and they continued to expand their empire, using violence and intimidation to maintain their grip on power. The Mafia's influence extended far beyond the world of organized crime. They had connections with the highest echelons of power, and were known to have infiltrated the government, the police, and even the military. Their ability to corrupt and manipulate was legendary, and they used this to their advantage, always staying one step ahead of their enemies. The Mafia's reach was global, with tentacles stretching from the United States to Europe, and even into the Far East. They were a Hydra-like organization, always adapting and evolving, and seemingly impossible to destroy. One of the most infamous Mafia families was the Gambino crime family. Established in the early 20th century, the Gambinos quickly rose to prominence, becoming one of the most powerful Mafia families in the United States. Their influence extended far beyond the world of organized crime, with connections to the highest echelons of power. The Gambinos were known for their ruthlessness and cunning, using violence and intimidation to maintain their grip on power. They were a family of gangsters, bound together by blood and loyalty, and they would stop at nothing to protect their interests. The Gambino family's most notorious boss was John Gotti. Known as the Teflon Don, Gotti was a ruthless and cunning leader who rose to power in the 1980s. He was a flamboyant figure, known for his expensive suits and his love of the high life. But beneath the surface, Gotti was a cold-blooded killer, responsible for the deaths of countless innocent people. His reign of terror lasted for over a decade, during which time he became one of the most infamous Mafia bosses in history. Gotti's eventual downfall was a result of his own arrogance and greed, and he was convicted of murder and racketeering in 1992. The Mafia's grip on power began to slip in the 1990s, as law enforcement agencies finally began to get the upper hand. The establishment of the RICO Act, which allowed prosecutors to charge mafia members with racketeering, was a major blow to their power. The act, which was signed into law in 1970, gave prosecutors the tools they needed to take down the mafia's top bosses. The FBI, led by the dogged and determined director Louis Freeh, launched a series of high-profile investigations, targeting the mafia's top leaders. The results were devastating, with many top mafia bosses being convicted and imprisoned. But even as the mafia's power began to wane, they continued to exert a fascination over the public. The TV show The Sopranos, which aired from 1999 to 2007, was a massive hit, offering a glimpse into the secret world of the mafia. The show's protagonist, Tony Soprano, was a complex and nuanced character, struggling to balance his loyalty to the mafia with his desire to lead a normal life. The show was a critical and commercial success, and it helped to cement the mafia's place in popular culture. The mafia's influence can still be felt today, with many of their old habits and traditions continuing to shape the world of organized crime. The rise of the Russian mafia, the Mexican cartels, and the Chinese triads has created a new landscape of crime and violence. But the mafia remains a fascinating and terrifying subject, a reminder of the power of violence and intimidation. Their legacy continues to shape the world we live in, and their influence can be seen in everything from politics to popular culture. As we delve deeper into the world of the mafia, it becomes clear that their secrets are still hidden in plain sight. The files that were meant to remain hidden have been uncovered, revealing a shocking truth that has been hidden for decades. The mafia's reach was far more extensive than we ever could have imagined, and their influence extended to the highest echelons of power. The truth is shocking, and it has left many people reeling. But it is a reminder that the past is always present, and that the secrets we try to hide will always eventually come to light. The story of the mafia is a complex and fascinating one, full of twists and turns. It is a story of power and corruption, of violence and intimidation. But it is also a story of loyalty and honor, of a code of conduct that is both admirable and terrifying. As we continue to uncover the secrets of the mafia, we are reminded of the power of the truth, and the importance of bringing the past to light. The world of true crime and mystery is a fascinating and sometimes disturbing place. It is a world of secrets and lies, of violence and intimidation. But it is also a world of truth and justice, of brave men and women who risk everything to uncover the secrets that others try to hide. As we explore this world, we are reminded of the power of the human spirit and the importance of seeking the truth, no matter how difficult or painful it may be. As we conclude our journey into the mafia files they tried to hide, we are left with a sense of awe and wonder. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more content. We will be exploring more true crime and mystery stories in the future, and we would love for you to join us on this journey. Please also comment below, and let us know what you think about the mafia files they tried to hide. What do you think is the most shocking revelation, and how do you think the mafia's legacy continues to shape the world we live in today? We would love to hear your thoughts and opinions, and we look forward to reading your comments. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.